Hey, yo, what the f***? This is a pally right here.
The late night flight is paid for by the following.
Time to play the game where we find out who's capping. It is...
This is the game where we find out if this is the bull. Nasua, new rule. Co-producer Smarts. Co, what's up with you, sir?
Man, everything is good. I'm well. How's everything with you, my brother?
I am trying to figure out whether for Halloween I should be Jason Voorhees or like a sexier, masculine, macho version of Mike Myers. I don't know.
You said masculine version of Michael Myers.
I mean, he's a killer. I don't know if he's masculine, though. He could be a cis male under the mask. I don't know.
That's funny. So speaking of Michael Myers and Jason, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Who's faster?
All right, so on an old school Nintendo game, Friday the 13th, if you ever, it's a scene where you might have to go in a boat and get to like the next road or something like that. And sometimes Jason would be like swimming in the water, chasing you down.
Right.
It could be that Crystal Lake thing that he's a part of.
Walking at the bottom of the lake.
But he moves so fast, and when he hits you, you lose power. That's the video game.
Okay.
Mike Myers, for some reason, it's like this guy is on some fitness step thing going on. Like, I just do 10,000 steps in your hood.
Right.
And I'm still gonna find you, and I'm still gonna murder you.
So I'm gonna say Mike Myers is faster than Jason.
Okay.
And here's why.
All right.
Jason knows where you are at all times. So he just walks very slowly and calmly until he gets you. Michael Myers don't know where you at. And he's looking for you. He's going and he's killing everybody and everything to find you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Smarts, let's play the game.
All right.
Smarts, look, hold on. I don't want to sit here and start talking about horror movies forever.
Okay, I know, but...
No, because I was about to start getting into you.
Yeah.
Like, well, hold on. What about The Exorcist then? Like,
yeah.
I mean, she's pretty fast too. All right, so let's play the game. Kanye West is back in the news. Let's talk about it. Intellectual alpha and emotional beta himself, Kanye West, and the reincarnation of Marilyn Monroe, Kim Kardashian, sparked reconciliation rumors when she showed up in a white wedding dress at the Donda Listening event in Chicago earlier this summer. Rumor was that they were privately working on their relationship in an effort to keep their family of 6 intact. For those who don't know, that's 4 kids and 2 of them. Okay, I just want people to know that, all right? It's called math, all right? But just the day after Kanye listed his Wyoming mansion for $11 million, it looks like the divorce is still very much on. According to TMZ, the estranged couple has started dividing their assets, and Kardashian is walking away with their Hidden Hills estate in California. Court documents filed this past Tuesday, October the 12th, showed the former reality television star will get the $60 million home where she and her 4 children, St. North, Psalm, and Chicago. They named the child Chicago.
Yeah,
anyway, we ain't gonna get into that. Chi-Town West, how about that? Have been staying since she filed for divorce in February. Most of the home's construction and design was curated by Kanye West himself, but that ain't the problem. Here is the problem. Smarts, is it the bull that Kim Kardashian is the first white Euro-American woman to accumulate $1 billion by emasculating black men rather than enslaving them?
Wow. This should have been you don't gotta answer that.
I got one better than that.
That is some BS right there.
Looks like Joey Crack is high as right now, Smarts. CEO of Terror Squad and man who found Pun's rhyme book while leaning back in his recliner, asking Pun where that book at while looking all the way up to the heavens. That Joe. Recently took part in the debates during the one night only return of BET's popular Rap City show, and fans are still scratching their heads at his choices. During the special broadcast of Rap City 21, person who I should have replaced, yo bum Big Tigger, asked Joey Crack which modern rapper would he compare to the late great Tupac Shakur. After Fat Joe thought about it and ate a sandwich, he admitted that it was a hard decision, but he named DaBaby as Tupac's heir. Big Tigger carefully accepted Joe's answer. DaBaby caught wind of Joe's comments and reposted the clip on his Instagram page. However, DaBaby said that the critics would never give him the credit about him being compared to Tupac, despite his accomplishments already. He said on a Twitter post, agreed, but they're gonna salt that down to crack. Smarts, I ask you.
Go ahead, man.
Is it the bullshit that he may not be the closest thing to Pop, but he is the closest killer not named Gucci Man?
That's a fact. Look, man. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna give Joey Crack a pass. That was probably the first name that came to his head.
For those who don't know, that's a I caught a body joke for those who don't know. Okay. All right, Smarts, let's go to the next one. The woman who used a picture of Malcolm X defending his family and home as cover art for a ratchet statement, Nicki Minaj, and her concubine husband, Kenneth Petty, are accused of not responding to a federal lawsuit. According to Radar Online, Jennifer Hugh, what you think, Smarts?
Or Hog.
Or Hog.
One of them.
One of them?
Yeah.
Well, one of the three. This one woman, she sued Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty for $20 million in damages over accusations of intimidation and inflicting emotional distress. For those who don't know, did y'all know that Ken, Barbie's Ken? Yeah, Nicki's Ken. He was convicted of sexually assaulting Hugh in 1995. Did you know that?
Yeah, we knew that.
Oh, okay. So Jennifer claims that the Pettys and their associates have been putting the pressure on her to renounce her story of being raped by Kenneth Petty. Allegedly, Nicki Minaj and Petty wanted the retraction in order to get Kenneth's name removed from the sex offender registry. Kenneth Petty failed to register as a sex offender in the state of California, and he was arrested in March of 2020. We probably didn't hear about that because of all the wildfires.
No, we heard about it.
But he later pled guilty to one count of failing to register. Jennifer Hugh or Hogue or Hoagie, I don't know how to pronounce this last name. She recently made an appearance on The Real, which is a daytime talk show, and she discussed her concerns about Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty alleged harassment. Nicki Minaj has not publicly addressed any of these allegations. All right, Smarts, is it the bullshit that instead of wifing a looking ass, she wifed up a raping ass one?
Oh, wow. That is some BS.
Fatality.
Yo, that was a shot right there. I just want to say one thing. Can I just say one thing, sir, real quick? Homie paid his debt to society. You know what I'm saying? He should have just went and registered and just played the game. He got convicted. They supposed to leave that girl alone, man. That's all I gotta say, man.
And finally. Now, I don't mean to speak for people, but I think co-producer Smarts will allow me to do this. The late night flight, we want you to know this. The late night flight, we love all people. We're talking about black people. We're even talking about white people. We love you too. Hispanic people, brown people, Asians, we love the community. Straight people, Christians, Muslims, people that go to the temple, Jews, gay, not gay, binary, kind of binary, everybody. Trans people, we love all of you. Am I right about that, though, Smarts?
Cool. Yeah.
With that being said, transgender Netflix staff members and their allies are staging a walkout in protest of Dave Chappelle's controversial special, The Closer.
Oh, you going there.
According to the Los Angeles Times, members of the Netflix employee resource group Trans, with an asterisk on it, I don't know, but that's the name of the group, Trans, with an asterisk, will take a day arrest on October the 20th. Allies have been invited to participate in the walkout, which stems from concerns over transphobic remarks made by Dave Chappelle in his last special, The Closer. One of the workers said, "I encourage all members of Trans Asterisk and our allies not to work for Netflix that day. We've discussed through Slack, email, text, and everything in between. Our leadership has shown us that they do not uphold the values for which we are held." The unidentified Netflix worker expressed frustration over the streaming service's response to the backlash. Meanwhile, Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO of Netflix, which makes him the CEO of streaming, apparently, defended Dave Chappelle's The Closer and has not made any comments about taking it down. Smarts, I ask you. I ask you, Smarts. Smarts, I ask you. I ask you, Smarts. Smarts, look at me when I talk to you. I ask you, Smarts. Smarts, I ask you.
Oh,
I think I did this pretty well. I promise you. Smarts, I ask you.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Is it the bull that even though Dave Chappelle said in the Netflix special The Closer that he has no more jokes about the gay and trans community until we can all laugh together, the beef will not stop, Smarts, until Dave Chappelle and the trans community face each other in the middle of the ring, mano y mano. You ain't gotta answer that.
I'm not. I'm waiting for it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's a bunch of us. I'm a hand in the colony.
Hold on. Everybody on they mountain, everybody marching for a young nigga like me to get tsunami on it. I'ma get it, I'ma win it, baby. I'll be on my curry till I crash your bird 40 on the text. Yeah, I'm acting nerdy if it's at the Appalachian to the Appalachian. I'ma do whatever that they take to make a black a nation. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sweets, and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of the pilot and the entire crew, welcome aboard the late night flight. And here is your captain, the Nile River of New Jersey, the pilot of Tuskegee Training, the greatest Hennybadger who has ever lived, the creator of Black Pilot Radio and the Late Night Flight. Here is the victorious one, Nasor Nuru.
What up, my passengers? We are first in priority and we'll be departing in 5 minutes. We appreciate your business. With that being said, this flight ain't cheap. Donate to the Cash App, $ the late night flight. Now, it might be a little turbulence, but we are predicting clear skies on our way back to Jersey. But before we do us a solid. Give us a like on our Facebook page. Follow us on IG to click the link tree in the bio. Chirp at us on Twitter at The Late Night Flight. And you can catch all 64 episodes on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon Music, Audible, the Late Night QR Scan, wherever podcasts are available. Now let's take off.
Welcome back to the Late Night Flight, Nasor Nuru. I got my homegirl Keashia with me, AKA Light Skin Keish, AKA Baby K with the AK. But before we get into America's favorite new game, it's called Who Does It For You. We're going to be talking about, what are we going to be doing? What am I doing?
Hold on. Ray, what are you doing? Hold on. Before we get into the game, let's go ahead and talk about that link I sent you.
Wait, you're talking about the link with Jack Nicholson, right? And his kids, right? His grandkids. You saw that, right? How dare he? This is why I don't have kids right now. Because see, when you like Jack Nicholson, he's Jack Nicholson. He can have like a bunch of kids and it doesn't matter. It could be like 8 kids and even some of the kids may have kids. It's like now he got like a 2 out of 16 chance of one of them wanting to be the next Jack Nicholson. They like, oh, my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. No reason to have children. No reason to have children when you don't have Jack Nicholson money. Because even if they screw up, it's okay. They could just run the Jack Nicholson LLC business. Like, it's okay.
So anyway, listen, that's not the link I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the R. Kelly link, and I wanted to talk about if cancel culture has been canceling people in their career, why has R. Kelly's music streams and downloads skyrocketed since his conviction?
Okay, fine. I have an answer. But before I give you an answer, let me give you half of an answer by giving you America's favorite intro. That's right. This is that bull. That's right. I'm the best writer in podcast history right now. Let me play the clip right now. All right. Looks like a certain factory is closed for business.
Okay.
R. Kelly, the R&B singer, wanted to go half on a baby, ironically, faced accusations of sexually abusing dozens of young victims without consequence, was found guilty of federal crimes this past Monday. For over a month, Kelly has been on trial in Brooklyn federal court on 1 count of racketeering and 8 counts of violating the Mann Act, a federal law addressing sex trafficking. Federal prosecutors accused Kelly of running an enterprise through which he exploited his star power time and time again to prey on underage girls, young women, and at least 2 male victims.
Wow.
Anyway, jurors deliberated for just 9 hours to reach their verdict, finding Kelly guilty on all counts. He now faces decades in prison and is scheduled to be sentenced on May 4th, 2022. Smarts, I ask you, is it the bullshit that Black Willy Wonka has been given golden showers rather than golden tickets to female Oompa Loompas so they can have a career at the chocolate factory?
Wow.
Listen, not the golden showers and the Oompa Loompas. I was not ready for all of that.
So, light-skinned Keish, is it the bullshit?
Listen, that's most definitely the bullshit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Real quick about R. Kelly. So here's the thing. There's people that are going to call for him to get canceled all the way around, which is understandable. I'm not here to make that argument. And then you're going to have some people that's like, yo, R. Kelly forever, no matter what. I mean, the music has nothing to do with the artist. A lot of people think, I don't want to say feel, I don't want to give nobody the emotion, but people really think that they can separate the person from the artist. If they can, they can. If they can't, they can't. For me, I'm not over here jumping up and down, willing to just stream R. Kelly music just because he got convicted. I mean, we know what he got convicted for. I am not the person that's going to be on a soapbox telling people, and remember, no matter what, R. Kelly is the best R&B singer, ever. Even though he likes to pee on little girls, that is your daughter. Anyway, I can't do that. So,
wow.
Let's play the game. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay. Sounds like you wanted to laugh hard. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I cannot believe he did that. So, who does it for you? We're trying to figure out who does it for you. One of my homeboys had this whole old school game called Smash or Pass. Her or her? Which one? Smash or Pass? I said, come on, man, we got to be classy. And on top of it, I do know that women also like to play Smash and Pass, but because, again, I'm classy, I'm going to call this game Who Does It For You? And I'm going to give you small scenarios. I mean, very small scenarios. Quick hypotheticals. All right. Keishia, are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Light-skinned Keish, are you ready?
I'm very ready. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Baby K with the AK. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's get this game started.
Which ATL man you would pay the dinner bill for? Quavo or Donald Glover? Who does it for you?
Neither of them do it for me. Quavo too skinny. Donald Glover, I mean, that whole dance they did in This Is America with the little chest hair wasn't for me. And I like chest hair, but that wasn't for me. So I'm gonna pass on both.
I don't mean to make a comment about a man's chest hair, but for some reason, his chest hair looked like the two of diamond.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Okay, two more ATL guys. We need a choice on this one. Jeezy or Gucci? Who does it for you?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Jeezy all day. I'm gonna pass on Gucci. His mouth just too big for me. He look like he got too many teeth. I'm good.
She doesn't like a killer, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Daddy vibes. Who does it for you? Morris Chestnut or Boris Kojo?
Listen, I feel like you made this hard on purpose because you already kind of know the answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna mix it up. So most definitely Boris, but I don't know. I might have to, I might have to divide it up or sprinkle some Morris on that. It wouldn't hurt.
Dang, yo, I can see you now. All right, Boris, get up. Let Morris get a little.
Not get up.
All right. Next one. Young Black Hollywood. We're going to do Young Black Hollywood. Who does it for you? John David Washington or Michael B. Jordan?
If I had to pick, I'm going to go with Michael B. Jordan. Honestly, John doesn't look like his daddy to me. So I'm going to go with Michael B. Jordan.
Is it D.I.?
Wow.
Next one is a sports one. We're trying to find out who's putting the ball in the rim. Who does it for you? LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony?
I mean, it's a hard toss up. I mean, I'm not really in a light skin mafia, even though I'm kind of considered light skin. But I'm gonna go with LeBron James. But if I have to pick, I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Okay, Savannah is listening. All right, next one. You said that you did not know football like that, right?
Right.
But you did Google the players that I told you.
Yeah.
So you do have an answer for the one I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna ask the question. I just want to make sure you have an answer.
Definitely.
All right. So who's taking it to the house? All right. Who does it for you? Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes or the best defensive lineman in Los Angeles, Aaron McDonald?
Well, after I hit the Google, it most definitely was Aaron. Aaron. He is definitely decent as okay. I got a whole celebrity crush on him right now. And you might even be considered a matchmaker because I'm kind of big on him now.
Oh man, you're welcome. By the way, as a man, I just want to know, what does decent as mean? Like how up the charts is decent as? Like, is that really just decent, or that's like, oh yeah, like yeah.
Like yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I love women. They be so humble verbally, but the actions be something different. All right, Keishia. All women love chocolate. Who does it for you? Tyrese or Idris Elba?
So back in the day it was Tyrese. You know, he did that whole commercial. He was on the bus singing and everything like that. But, you know, then Idris came out and he like the sexiest man in the world like 2-3 times in a row. So I'm going to go with Idris on this one.
Do you like the fact that he dresses like French Waldo?
I mean, he looked good doing it. He got the nice little stature, you know, kind of, you know, built up at the top. You know what I'm saying? It looked good.
All right, here goes the next one. White chocolate, because some women want it.
Some.
Wow.
I'm not laughing because I said white chocolate. I don't want my white American listeners to think like that. I only laugh because Keishia had me like... Cause she like, some. That's not nice. This is a place of diversity. You better stop doing that. Don't do that. You're not going to get me canceled. I ain't got no time for that. All right. White women. I said white women. I'm keeping all this in here. White chocolate, because some women want it. Ryan Reynolds or Chris Hemsworth? Who does it for you?
So I like Ryan Reynolds because his roles are really funny.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Chris Hemsworth because he kind of decent body wise, and he not, he look good and decent on the face. He's pretty good on the eyes, so I'm gonna go with him over Ryan.
I dig it. Someone likes the Thor. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's cool. He sings, he raps. Who does it for you? Trey Songz or Jadakiss?
So I'm going to go ahead and head with Jadakiss because I would not mind Jadakiss rapping to me while he have his servants or maids or whoever, feeding me or serving me a 3-course meal. So definitely Jadakiss.
All right, Keishia, this one's a little different. This is a who and a what and a who. Since everybody was talking this whole Jay-Z $500,000 type of thing going on, I got something for you. Who do you want to have cabin fever with in the mountains of Colorado? Jay-Z rich ass or $500,000? Who or what does it for you?
I'm going to go with the $500,000. I'm going to be up in there like Uncle Scrooge, swimming in money, maybe in a bathing suit, maybe not. Just in there cooking for myself and sitting down and count my money respectfully.
DuckTales. Woo. All right, here we go.
Don't be doing me like that. No, I can't sing.
Last one for the road. We're going to switch it up with the gender. They both invited you to the bridal shower, but both are on the same day. Riri or Bay, who does it for you?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick Rihanna. And let's be clear, I don't have no problem or nothing against the Beehive. Don't come for me. I just like Rihanna's vibe.
You know something? I liked all your answers except for the last one. First of all, the answer should have been Bay, because if you're going to take the $500,000, how else can we go see Jay-Z? Come on, Keishia. God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you may now move around the cabin. However, we always recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened through the trials and tribulations while you're seated. In a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing around the drink menu as well as the brunch menu. We only have chicken or waffles or both, so choose wisely. And thank you for flying the late night flight.
Welcome back to the Late Night Flight. Nasua, New Rule, co-producer Smarts. We're going to give you our recap of the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 1, 2, 3, the trilogy. All right, we're going to talk about it right now. But before we even talk about it, we just want you to know that we're going to give you cliff notes of our personal lives with this fight. Because realistically, we're two busy people. We didn't really sit down and watch this fight.
Pretty much.
I think I watched it the same way most people watched it, which was on YouTube.
Maybe, or even Facebook.
Okay.
Somebody had a link.
I'm out here promoting this podcast. I don't have time to figure out whether Fury was going to smack up Deontay Wilder or not. I don't have the time. Because in my opinion, real fast, just to make this real fast, Smarts, skilled boxer that is the same size as your brawler is greater than the brawler. That's always the math equation when it comes to me.
That sounds like 1 + 1 = 2 to me.
Yeah, and Tyson Fury is, what is he? He's like some golden bronze fighter, golden glove. What do they call these type of people?
Golden gloves?
Golden gloves.
Yeah, Tyson Fury had been fighting his whole life, basically.
He comes from a boxing family. He has boxing lineage. Deontay Wilder is from the streets.
He's from the streets. He got the hustle. He got the grit. He got the heart.
Yes.
And the strength and the power.
And I think racially, you see why racially you may see Black Americans like out for Wilder. And of course, Euro whites is just like, oh, yeah, we got somebody that's going to whip that black dude ass. We down with Fury. We down with Fury. And it always makes good for some cool banter, leading up to the fight. Sure, whatever. Yeah. So as long as John Gruden don't throw up emails. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Ooh. But anyway, what's your quick takeaways before we get into what we really want to talk about, which is what's going to happen next?
My quick takeaways from the fight was it kind of played out sort of how I thought it was going to play out. Just by looking at the last fight. Wilder got exposed a little bit.
Yes. Well, we was there for that. We was together. We saw that fight up in, we was in Brooklyn or Queens?
I believe he was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that fight, he got exposed. So I knew they was going to go back and do their homework on Wilder and they was going to win.
Yes.
As much as I wanted him to win.
Right.
Thinking he's going to win is a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. When you did see it on Facebook and you saw Wilder, I believe Wilder had the first knockout, right?
I'm not sure, but I know he knocked him down a couple of times.
Yeah.
A few times.
Did you see did you see yourself like, hey, yo, Wilder might pull through?
Of course, it's heavyweight. Of course. It's heavyweight. Of course. You see a big man go down, you don't think you're going to get back up. Period. So when he knocked down Fury, it was like it's over.
Right.
He got back up. It was like, holy moly. He got knocked down. He got back up. It was like, holy moly. Like, this is a fight for the ages.
Fight for the ages. Fury strike cross at the 11th round.
Man. I mean, he was worn out by that time.
Yeah. But it was a clean shot. It was clean. The referee deserves not only the MVP of the fight, but he actually deserves at least 10% of Fury's and Wilder's earnings just for letting them have that brawl. Like they going knockdown for knockdown. You don't see that too many in like the millennial era of boxing. It's like when somebody get knocked down like once or twice, it's like, oh no, stop the fight.
It's over. Nah,
it's over. We ain't doing that no more.
But I did hear some complaints about the ref. It was the I don't know which round it was, but Fury got knocked down.
Yeah.
And it was a long count. I think he told Wilder to go back up and he started counting from where he left off.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, realistically, this is for the bag.
I know.
Like America's, this is for the world's bag.
But they were saying if it was an actual count, Wilder should have won. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. That's cool. I remember the other controversy on Fury Wilder 2 was, wow, why you ain't let Wilder just keep fighting? Just let him keep fighting. Let him just die on his shield.
Let him die.
If he dies, he dies. So like, I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So let's say you are my senior boxing correspondent.
Okay, I'll give this a try.
All right. So now that we have seen these two thoroughbreds fight, Let me ask you this question. Can you tell me the top 4 or 5, but let's say 4, top 4 heavyweights in the world right now?
I couldn't tell you who the top 4 heavyweights are in the world. I mean, you got Tyson Fury, you got Anthony Joshua, you got Deontay Wilder, the two guys Joshua fought, Ruiz and Alexander, like the guys who were Alexander Usyk, I think his name is.
So, okay, wait, what was that?
Right. So, I mean, there are no heavyweight names out there that like, hey, I want to see him fight. Everybody is stepping up to the plate, to the big 3.
Yeah.
I want to call them.
Right.
The big 3. You know, you got one in the Ukraine, you got one in the United States, and then you got one in Britain. Now,
here's the thing. Cause me and you was talking about this offline and you was saying, look, man, I know why you saying why you're saying Anthony Joshua. I get it. But he keep losing and he's not really that relevant in the States. But in my opinion, since Fury is, I don't know if he's British, but I know he's
Ukrainian.
Tyson Fury?
No, Tyson Fury is not.
Tyson Fury is like Great Britain, but maybe not Britain.
Right. No, Usyk is Ukrainian. Tyson Fury, we're gonna get him.
Yeah, check that out for me. So while you're checking that out, the point that I'm making about Fury and Joshua is that I think as far as if they fight across the pond anywhere, whether it's in the sands of Qatar or it's in London, it's in Ireland, I think that's a big, well, we can't call it money. We can't call it US dollar money, but
pounds.
It's a big pound fight.
Big pounds, yeah.
Big pounds.
Whiten Shaw, United Kingdom.
Okay, so technically, yeah, United Kingdom, not necessarily England, but whatever. It's the same difference, actually.
Watford, United Kingdom.
Okay,
So
I mean,
United Kingdom.
That's technically like England and all that stuff. You know, the United Kingdom got like 4 places, like 4 states or 4 countries. They just made it into one,
right?
Including England. But we ain't gonna get into that. I'm not here for geography. I'm here to box. So,
right.
You don't want to see that fight though? Even though that fight going to be 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon?
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm sold on Anthony Joshua anymore.
Really?
That heavyweight, that hard hitting dude, that lost to Ruiz, tried to come back as a boxer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Won as a boxer, challenged somebody else, he leaned up, you know what I'm saying? You know, and lost. It's like, he got his chin, you know, he got his cherry popped, and then that's it.
You know what the thing about Anthony Joshua, I think, why people are keeping him in the loop as far as this heavyweight circle. This is going to sound pretty weird, but just hear me out. I think he's the only one that has that old school 90s boxer look. Like he's still chiseled.
Okay, I can see the look of it.
No, I'm just saying why people keep his name out there.
I understand.
Because I agree with what you're saying now that we're talking about it as far as Anthony Joshua has, if anything, I wouldn't include him in this circle because if it wasn't for Anthony Joshua, we wouldn't even hear about Alexander or Ruiz.
That's what I'm saying. If
he opened the door for these two to come in the whole heavyweight trilogy thing, heavyweight 3-way that they had.
Yeah, exactly.
And on top of it, Ruiz from what I see, it ain't like Fury or Wilder's over here trying to fight Ruiz. They ain't over here trying to fight Alexander either.
That's what I'm saying.
So it made all the sense in the world for you to be a top-notch boxer so that we can be getting more top-notch entertainment from the heavyweights. Because say what you want about the middleweights. The middleweights, in my opinion, is as far as a roster, they're the deepest division in boxing.
Yes. Yep.
Hands down.
Yep.
We may not watch Mayweather no more, but if you not heard of Terrence Crawford, you are out your mind.
Exactly.
Out your mind.
Terrence Crawford.
I think Terrence Crawford calling me right now. Let me get that going now. He over here calling me from Omaha, Nebraska. Like, you talking about me, bro?
That's right.
I got you, bro. But no, realistically, it's like with heavyweight, I feel like the heavyweight fight, if you get 2 horses out there, 2 horses out there.
That's what people want to see.
That's what people want to see.
Absolutely.
Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, that was big money.
Exactly.
Tyson Holyfield, Tyson Lennox Lewis, big money, heavyweight fights.
Now I know we don't normally do hypotheticals on this show.
Okay.
But I got one for you.
Well, we do a hella hypotheticals.
You know
what are you talking about?
I mean, we do
the games.
lightning rounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But mid conversation like this.
Okay,
we stopped doing hypotheticals a long time ago.
Okay.
But anyway, I want to ask you this because imagine if Anthony Joshua came up during the Evander Holyfields and the Mike Tyson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All those guys that were coming up.
Yeah.
How do you think he would perform up against those guys in those times versus how he looked in the past? No,
I'm about to answer that. I'm going to answer that. So if he fought Evander Holyfield, he'd get knocked down in the 11th round.
Lennox Lewis.
If he fought Lennox Lewis, damn, and I think Evander is better because I just like Evander, but honestly, Lennox's hands was some bombs. He would have got knocked out by the 7th round.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, Tyson, it depends on which Tyson we talking about.
Any one of them.
If we talking about 80s Tyson, I don't think Anthony Joshua would have stand a chance. But Robin Givens Tyson, I don't know, yo.
Chin-wise, but his chin.
That's what I'm saying.
Think about Anthony Joshua's chin.
His chin is like, his chin is definitely glass.
That's all I'm saying.
It just depends on how many pigeons Tyson is counting in the mid 2000s. You know what I'm saying? If he said he only saw 3 pigeons, I'm gonna have to give the fight to Anthony Joshua.
One thing you could say about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder is those guys got chins. That's all I'm saying. And I think that's why he dodged the both of them the way he did. And he played himself out of pocket. So I think now the only fight that could realistically happen with Anthony Joshua maybe would be Deontay Wilder.
What the This that pilot right here.
Welcome back to the Late Night Flight Nassau. New Brew. Co-producer Smarts and Co. Did you hear? You had to hear the news. You heard about the biggest trade in NFL history. I know you heard about it.
I have not heard.
Oh, I know you heard about the biggest trade in NFL history.
Unless you talk about the bird. The bird's the word.
Nah.
I haven't heard.
Nah.
Talk to me about the trade.
Nah. So I believe they're gonna send Colin Kaepernick to the the Las Vegas Raiders.
You are a fool.
All right. In return, they're gonna send John Gruden straight to hell.
Oh my God.
Colin Kaepernick says, according to the New York Post, that he is ready to return to the gridiron and lead an NFL team to the Super Bowl. That's what he said. He said, I'm still up at 5 a.m. training.
I'm ready.
Determined.
Working.
I'm only 33. Tom Brady, 45 and giving you 3 touchdowns a game. Imagine what I can do.
Facts.
I haven't even played since 2016.
No wear and tear.
No wear and tear.
Yeah.
No wear and tear. I can't believe I have a girlfriend.
Word. Whatever injuries he might have had during those last couple of seasons, he's probably good now.
He's
good.
Well
over that. Yeah.
And he's still eating that money that the NFL, secretly gave him.
Oh, yeah.
Secretly gave him.
That's right.
That shut up, we blackballing you money.
That's right.
So I'm talking about it in this angle because I'm pretty sure everybody done weep their tears. I saw Randy Moss. I can't believe you, Randy Moss. Oh my God. You've been catching balls for like 20 years, making all the money you can. And it was racism in the mid 90s in the NFL.
Of course.
You want to cry, get all not dry-eyed, but wet-eyed on ESPN television before a Monday Night Football game, acting like you're appalled and you couldn't believe that someone could have done this. Shock. Are you serious? What are we talking about? So the Washington football team, this is how ill it is to be white. John Gruden could have been saying racial slurs and homophobic slurs all day long. He wasn't even a topic of discussion for the NFL. They were investigating the Washington football team.
Yes. And got caught. He got snared in the net.
And just got snared in the net. Imagine you going fishing and you're there trying to get some shrimp for your bubblegum shrimp corporation. And then all you did is just, whoa, octopuses. I don't need this.
God, exactly.
What is this?
Is this a lobster?
So this 8-legged freak named John Gruden.
Exactly.
Wants to tell you his MAGA philosophy of what the NFL should be. We don't need a black person with big lips or the Michigan tire lips.
Yeah, man.
Telling our players to hold out and fight if they don't get the collective bargaining agreement that they need. We're talking about a coach that was basically being a color commentator for Monday Night Football, being the highest paid on-air talent on ESPN.
What did he make a year? Was it like 10 million?
He made $6.5 million.
6.5 million a year for how long?
To be on 2000. Damn, let me think about that. 2008, because he left Tampa Bay in 2008, and I want to get to that in a second. So I want to say from 2009 to at least 2016, maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah. This man was doing it, and he only had to work 1 day a week.
That's crazy.
Let's say the production worked maybe 2 days. Let's say he worked technically 3 days a week.
That's easy.
For $6.5 million a year.
Easy money.
The same guy that's telling you, I don't want, and I'm going to use the term, not to disrespect, but because this is what he said.
This is what he said, quote.
We don't want queers in the NFL.
Unquote.
You coach the first openly active NFL gay player in Carl Nassib.
That's
How do you think the man was like, you know what? I need a day. They like the Raiders, like the owner of the Raiders was like wanting to talk to everybody like in groups.
He didn't even want to go to the group meeting.
He's like, nah, I'm good.
I'm just going to go home.
I'm out. I'm out.
I'm just going to sleep this. I'm just going to sit this one out.
The black people, at least the NFL active players are like, man, we know what's up.
we knew that.
We live this life.
Yeah.
We here to get our bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have white players they got to act appalled, but for all we know.
Come on.
They may have those type of beliefs on the low. Come on. You right? I want to know if Goodell, now that he realizes that not only do the owners that hired him don't like him, the players and coaches somewhat don't like him.
Right.
You got sports media analysts that don't like you.
Right.
When are you going to wake up, kiss your wife on the forehead, look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? Middle fingers to all y'all. Kaepernick, come on in.
You know why that's not going to happen.
Okay, why?
You know why that's not going to happen.
Why?
Your boy, well, not your boy, but their good old boy, was saying everything that they think and that they talk about every day. He was very comfortable with saying those things in an email on a server that work, a job, like not even his private emails, right? For all we know, it got snared in somebody else's email. So hold on. So this is a culture. This is a culture. And this comes from the same people that didn't want to see Colin Kaepernick protest and kneel for the flag. These are the same coaches that was telling their players and same owners that were telling their players, hey, don't go out there and kneel. It was a whole big issue with them protesting the one knee for a minute. Now, if they allow Colin Kaepernick back into the league, then the NFL will be, in Game of Thrones terms, bending the knee to the far left. And to the Black Lives Matter movement. And that will set the whole NFL on fire.
I don't know if you remember 2 years ago when Mike Pence came to one of those games.
I remember. And
they thought Mike Pence was going to have these Black American men not kneel because I'm here. I'm the vice president. Let me come over here.
Did he leave?
He didn't. I don't know if he left. But let's just lie and say he left at halftime.
He wasn't having it.
Because the brothers was like, hey, on three, right, fellas? On three, right?
Two. Exactly. So, and so they will raise that how Donald Trump is still upset about the NFL not allowing him to get a team. This would be right in time for 2024. Yeah. The NFL will be another political punching bag to rile up all the MAGA people that go to these games.
It's crazy because now that you said that, that's funny because I feel as though 10 years ago, maybe Cap would have if this happened 10 years ago before Trump, Cap would be back in the league. And even if there was some qualms about it from the beige side, let's say it like that.
Right.
It would be, I ain't saying it would be nothing they could do about it, but they'll just bitch and moan. They'll get over it.
They would have been over it.
But now that we know it's 70 million people that legit do not like what's going on in this country, NFL has to waver. They gotta straddle the fence hard.
And he used that whole disrespecting the flag. And the NFL was dead smack in the middle of all of that. So right in time for the Senate 2022 and teeing up for the general election in 2024. So I don't see them letting him back into the league. I don't see it happening.
Before we close out this segment, which was a great segment, by the way, I just want to say this. If we had to be on some entertainment, we don't care, but we want to tell you what this actually looked like. Remember Adam Sandler doing the movie? It was a remake of the old Burt Reynolds movie, The Longest Yard.
I definitely remember that. That's what with Nelly. It was
Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
Nash.
They had Kevin Nash.
Kevin
Diesel.
Nash.
Yes,
Diesel.
right?
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
So check this out. Now, Nelly and Michael Irvin and Burt Reynolds and Adam Sandler, Chris Rock wound up dying in that movie, but they basically were, in my opinion, the NFLPA. That's what they represent.
Okay.
They're the face of diversity.
I see it. Okay.
Like, sure, the beige man is the quarterback.
Right.
We got to sacrifice somewhere. Have you seen Patrick Mahomes? I'm just saying, but okay.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll take that.
I'm following you.
We'll take that. But this is diversity.
This is.
We got black, white, and Hispanics all up and down.
This is America.
Yes. Without Donald Glover singing. Please. I already said on the first segment of today's show that Donald Glover's chest hairs look like a two and diamond.
Chill, bro.
Why his chest hair look like a two and diamond? Anyway. No, so they represent diversity, but then the other team where the correctional officers played, they played the opposite team.
Yeah, right.
Where Stone Cold and Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Oh, Goldberg was also in that movie, but Goldberg played on the diversity team.
Yes.
But hear me out though. I don't know if you recognize this, but remember all those cowboy hats they was wearing?
Yeah.
Like the opposite team.
Mm-hmm.
They was very like cowboy-ish in the presentation, like very prepared seemingly. They had the crowd, like very America's team-ish.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I see it.
And I'm not saying that Jerry Jones, well, I could say that, but I'm not saying Jerry Jones is like the face of racism for the NFL. But I do feel as though that America's team, the Cowboys, their essence comes from a place
of what?
Of Texas Republican.
I was going to say privilege, but I'll take that.
Happy Juneteenth.
We're about to get to our next destination, but before we do, we strongly recommend to drink responsibly and pass that bong to me. You feel me? I got bars. Oh, and give us a follow on Instagram at The Late Night Flight. And give us a like on Facebook, The Late Night Flight. And thank you for flying The Late Night Flight.
Welcome back to The Late Night Flight. Nasua, New Rule, co-producer Smarts. And for the end of this show, we're gonna give you a audio theater treat. We're going to try to run down as many topics as we can under 10 minutes. We may stop at 6 minutes. It depends on how we feel. We got other things to do. We're important. But I'm just saying that we may stop at 6 minutes or we may go to 10 minutes, but we're going to talk about as many topics as we can. Smarts, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I am going to press play in 2 seconds. Just to let you know, we're going to start with Hitman Holla. With his girlfriend getting shot. You ready?
I'm ready.
Go. Okay. Hitman Holla, girlfriend got shot through the cheek, through the back of the head. Go.
Well, unfortunately, his home got invaded with his girlfriend. He was out of town. I believe she heard somebody in the house. She FaceTimed him and he basically helped her get out of danger. She defended herself. She shot at them. They ended up shooting back. She ended up getting shot in the cheek out the back of her head. It's crazy, man.
Hitman Holla, and to your girlfriend, our thoughts, prayers, all that good stuff. We just want to make sure y'all good. I can't say I like you on Wild 'N Out. I cannot say that. But again, your wife got shot, your girlfriend got shot. We just want to make sure y'all two are good.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And I got to say this, as far as your battle rap is concerned, you know what? It's pretty good.
He's all right, man.
He's all right.
And he's funny on Wild 'N Out. I don't care what you say, bro. Anyway, we can...
So,
the next topic.
Next one. Kanye West is giving up his Wyoming home. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I did.
He's selling that. And then Kim Kardashian is getting the $20 million LA home, which is now retailed at $60 million.
Wow.
I mean, damn, is Kanye not the greatest fixer-upper in rap history?
What did he buy it for? I don't even know. What did he buy it for?
What, the one in LA?
No, Wyoming. How much did he buy it for?
Well, I don't know how much he bought it for, but they said he letting it go for I believe
20 million.
Yeah, 20 million. Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
What was the purchase? I believe that was a come up.
I think he's just trying to get his money back off of what's going on with him and Kardashian.
And he's a billionaire, right?
So he says.
So he don't need it.
I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know if you ever watched Wild West Country about creating your own community, but I thought that's what Kanye was going to do.
You know, everything he do is publicity, promo.
Yeah, man. But that Wyoming move, it was almost good. Imagine 2 million black people in Wyoming.
Yeah. Oh, he listed for 11 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 11 million for that Wyoming ranch. And that ranch looked good.
Yeah. I wonder what he bought it for.
I heard didn't he buy it didn't he build it from scratch?
He bought it for 7.7. He bought it for 7.7, so he makes 4 million by selling it. Hey, that's not bad, man. Depending on how much he poured into it.
Me and Keishia was talking about this earlier, but I'm gonna just throw it to you.
Let's do it.
So they're saying that R. Kelly streams have jumped from 11.2 million streams to 13.4 million streams since he was found convicted of being the Black Epstein.
People are scrambling to get it before they completely remove it from.
You think they're going to completely remove his music?
I don't think so, because he doesn't own his publishing. He owns only a portion of it. So whoever owns the majority of the publishing is probably not going to want to see that.
I believe that R. Kelly is going to get the Woody Allen service, where Woody Allen, he can make movies, but ain't nobody going to really know about the movies. It's like only his small circle of maybe 1,000 people that's okay with him dating his adopted daughter.
There are people out
or
here,
married him.
Yeah, there are people. Exactly. There are people that worship these type of people. So there you go.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say this one thing about R. Kelly, and I'm gonna just say this. I know people ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna just be very honest. It's actually f***ed up that we have to send him to jail. Hear me out. The reason why we have to send them to jail is because we don't know where else to put mentally ill people that have a pedophilia mindset.
Right.
I think it realistically, if we all talking about this mental health, hey sis, what's up with your mental health, sis? You know, if we're on this level, realistically, we're talking about a man that was molested at 15 years old, by the way.
He's a victim.
He's a victim.
Yes.
And then on top of it, there's a person that can't read well, so he's not necessarily book smart, educated in that way. He may not know how to, I don't want to say like have sensitivity, but just be more analytical about himself. And he's just out here living his best life because he's a money-making, non-reading machine.
Not knowing how to read, which is a rumor. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but that doesn't excuse anybody from knowing right from wrong. He's old enough to know.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's not about, okay, but mentally, mind you, I'm pretty sure many people was like, you sure you want to do that, R. Kelly? But he couldn't stop doing it.
I understand what you're saying. Okay. Completely understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with anything that you're saying. Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to say is that if you can't stop selling cocaine because you're addicted to money, you still going to jail. You can't use it as an excuse. If you have an addiction, that's all I'm saying. He's sick. He had an addiction. He knew it was wrong. He got caught.
I don't know if he knew.
Of course he knew.
I mean, he know because other people dislike it.
You know how you know how he knew he was wrong?
What's up?
When he was talking to Gail, she said, "Are you an older man that loves younger women?" He said, "I'm an older man that loves all women." He didn't say,
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's not. To me, that's not an educated response. Like that's somebody that's a response, but it's not an educated one. Gail is not no dummy. Gail is a world-renowned journalist.
My point exactly. But what I'm saying, if you know something is wrong, you're going to admit to it because you don't know that it's wrong. Yeah, I like younger women. Oh yeah, I know I'm 40 and I like girls that's 16.
This is what I'm saying. I don't think he even knew how to answer that, because if I was R. Kelly in that moment, I would have just said yeah. Because younger women, if you're saying that they 18 and I'm 40, that's still legal. You can say whatever you want.
That's my point. So he avoided it because he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Next topic.
So that was kind of petty, you know, not really, but it was kind of petty. Speaking of petty, have you heard about Kenneth Petty?
I have heard about that.
So Kenneth Petty, even though we talked about it on This Is the BS, but we're going to talk about it real quick again.
Okay.
Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj is basically trying to shut up that woman. I believe her name is Horde, or what? I don't know. I can't pronounce it. Haud or something like that. I don't know. Don't worry about it. We're gonna do it in This Is the BS anyway. Don't worry about it. Y'all heard? If I didn't pronounce the word right now, you're gonna hear it in This Is the BS. Don't worry about it. So the point I'm making is that she went on the reel and said, "Yo, Nikki and her concubine is trying to shut me up because they don't want me to sue them for this $20 million because they acting like things are all good, but Kenneth Petty has to register himself as a sex offender in the great state of California." And Nicki Minaj is probably saying in her mind for her own career, we can't let that happen.
Right.
We can't let the world know that the Barbie is with a Ken that happens to rape. We can't have that.
Yeah, man.
So
that whole situation just is not a good look. It's like he got to be that dude, man, because his reputation and all that's definitely a liability to her career. You know what I'm saying?
And finally, I just want to let you know something. Smart, you ain't got to say a word. I'm going to say it for y'all. Listen, to all your podcasters, to all podcasters, I just want you to know that it is October. All right. It is late October. We have November, we have December, and then it is 2022. And I have given you 64 episodes of gold. And I am trying to find a way to go platinum.
I got you. Let's go.
Let me tell you something. This podcast isn't your I want to have sex podcast. It isn't your what up, sis? Let's talk about your black business mental health podcast.
What kind of podcast is it?
This isn't, I'm going to answer that in a second. Let me keep going. Okay. This isn't your, hey, yo, dude, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a girl. What should I do on 45 podcast?
We don't need your advice.
Nah, this is a variety show. This is Arsenio Hall saying, I don't need to be on UPN 9 anymore. Give me a mic and a roadcaster and watch me work. Okay, what? Me and Smarts, Nate, Jers, Keishia, whoever is a part of this show. And it is led by your pilot, Nasua New Rule. But what we are doing for you is doing the one thing that you should want when you are going through your mental health episodes. You need entertainment.
You need entertainment.
We're here to entertain you.
We're here to entertain you.
We're not here to sit there and try to find out on Google how you should solve your problems, okay? I was reading. You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
We got 34 seconds. I was reading this, how to be, hear this out, Smarts. You're going to laugh at this. How to be a cuddle practitioner.
Oh, what?
That's right. How to be a cuddle practitioner. It's people out here, right? It's people out here that are going through so much mental illness or so much mental stress, rather. I don't want to say mental illness. Okay. That's not nice. Mental stress.
Okay.
That they have people that have practiced the art of cuddling.
Wow.
Imagine you going to a married woman who is also a cuddler. All right. And that's Tom.
Hey, that was a good one.
This is the Late Night Flight. This is Nasua Nuru, co-producer Smarts. We will see you next week.
Thank you for flying the Late Night Flight. Shout out to all the pilots who contribute to the fastest rising podcast. If you want to contribute, DM us at the Late Night Flight.
Hey, yo, what the f***? This is some pally right here.